Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Danganronpa. Today we are going to be doing a class trial, apparently. And I'm here with my, great friend, best friend in the entire world.
Oof. Hi, it's Ian.
Yeah. So, I'm very excited. And yeah.
I am so unbelievably excited for this. Okay, so before, this is kind of the preparation area where you can look at your e-handbook and like review. It is strongly encouraged to review all your evidence at this point in your e-handbook.
All right.
As well as set the skill that you've earned afterwards.
All right, so open e-handbook. We're gonna check our truth bullets, right?
Yeah.
So let's first of all look at the file. Like, the victim was Sayaka Maizono. The time of death is estimated to be around 1:30 in the morning. The body was discovered in Makoto's room in the dormitory. The death took place in the bathroom. The cause of death was a stab wound to the abdomen, and her right wrist appears to have been fractured. Yeah?
Okay. And you can just hit E, you don't have to back out. Oh.
Well, shit, whatever.
Yeah, whatever you do. Yeah.
I'll do E next time. There are a number of scratches and gouges on the bed and walls in Makoto's room. Yes, there was definitely a struggle, which apparently wasn't, like, known from the beginning, you know?
Yeah, apparently wasn't super obvious, according to Makoto. But...
Makoto took this from the gym entryway and put it in his room. The sword was found in its sheath on the floor, in the middle of the room. The sword handle was missing some of the gold coating, as was part of the blade. Makoto took this from the gym, blah 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 blah, and it shows evidence of being scratched with a sharp object. On the night of the murder, Makoto and Sayaka traded rooms and room keys. When the victim was discovered, Makoto's room key was also found in Makoto's room. Sayaka had originally asked Makoto to switch with her when someone attempted to force their way into her room, and she became frightened. This has been placed in Makoto's room before he arrived. It remains unopened, and there is no evidence of it having ever been used. All the other male students claim that they haven't even used theirs either, but still. Well, I don't know about that, though. Not a single hair was found on the floor at the scene of the crime. In addition, the lint roller shows evidence of being used. Sayaka's right wrist has been fractured, and her wrist was glittery at the injury's location. In addition, her hands appeared to be completely clean, except for the index finger of the left hand, which had some blood on it. A series of numbers have been written in blood on Makoto's bathroom wall, 11037. It is assumed that Sayaka wrote these numbers while leaned up against the wall as she lay dying. But I don't know if they're numbers, though.
Yeah?
Like, I feel like it could be her trying to write something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that 3 looks more like an E to me.
That's fair.
But maybe I'm just fucking dumb. Makoto's bathroom door was difficult to open due to it not quite fitting in the door frame properly. The only two people who knew the trick to opening were Makoto, the room's owner, and Sayaka, the victim. Makoto's bathroom doorknob had been broken. The screws holding it in place had all been partially or completely removed. Exactly, that's why I think it was a guy who did this.
That's very possible.
Because no one else had the ability to use a toolkit, right?
No, but the only toolkits that existed were in guys' rooms.
Exactly, so it was either stolen or a guy did it, but it's much more likely that a guy did it.
Sure.
The nameplates on the doors of Sayaka and Makoto's rooms were apparently switched at some point. Yeah. Must have been throughout the night, right?
It must have been. It was after everyone went to bed and before everyone woke up.
The kitchen and the dining hall has a set of kitchen knives. Apparently one of the knives has gone missing. Yeah, because she got stabbed with it.
Yeah.
The knife from the kitchen went missing while Aoi was in the, well, AoE, whatever.
Aoi, yeah.
I thought it was Aoi. I was just double checking, but Aoi swears that Makoto did not come to the dining hall at any point while she was there. There's apparently a trash room within the school. It's blocked off by a sturdy gate that can only be opened with a trash room key. The incinerator can be activated via a switch on the machine. Hifumi was on cleaning duty, and he claims the last time he saw the incinerator it was off. However, when Makoto checked it after the incident, the incinerator was in fact on. The distance from the gate to the incinerator is roughly 30 feet. A piece of burnt clothing was found next to the incinerator in the trash room. It is apparently part of a short cuff, and it has a noticeable bloodstain on it. Shards of glass were found next to the incinerator in the trash room. As it turns out, the glass ball would have fit comfortably in the palm of a person's hand. Yeah.
Oh, you can scroll down. There was, for that last one.
Oh. Apparently, Yasuhiro left the ball in the laundry room on accident, so anyone could have come along and taken it.
Alright, so now you have all the evidence for the case.
I'm like shaking. I really hope that I get this right.
Alright, you can hit escape to go back then, and go down to the set skills. So we have just... Oh, we have a detective influence, that's right.
We got that from Taka.
So this thing, yeah. So this increases the influence gauge by 2, effective during trash. I mean, you might as well just like set it. Because you don't really know what that means yet.
Either that or Psychos.
I believe you can set both.
Oh, well, no, let's set both.
Because it said that this one, like that attentive influence costs 2 SP, and you have 9 available, and you only have 2 of them. Yeah.
Okay.
Damage into opponent. Okay.
So
you can escape now, and I think finish preparations.
I think we're ready.
Here we go.
I'm terrified but excited as hell. Class trial. All right.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
Of course.
Interesting.
Okay then. Everyone, close your eyes. And whoever did it, raise your hand.
Don't be a goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand?
Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question real quick? What's going on with those pictures?
I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even death's barrier. Friendship penetrates?
No, shut the fuck up. you stop it right there.
Oh
Okay,
god.
But what about that other empty seat? There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people. Okay, that about does it for the preamble. Get ready to get started.
But there's no way that's just, like, has no use. That's gonna come up later.
Chair?
Yeah, the 16th chair is gonna come up later, right?
The way I saw it is, it's like designing a circle with or like a 15-sided shape is much more awkward than a 16-sided shape.
Interesting. Maybe that's just a joke that the developers made.
Maybe.
Alright, let's see what the fuck's going on.
First up is the case summary. Now, let the class trial begin.
Is this all gonna be voiced?
Not all of it, but a big portion of it.
Cool. It's about to begin the debate to decide who we think the killer is. Anything I found, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak up about everything. Guys, this isn't just about me. Everyone's lives are on the line. Your first non-stop debate is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Do I need
Absolutely.
to hear? Okay.
Yes.
As things progress during each class trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, characters will speak one after another without pause. It's up to you to unearth any lies or contradictions buried within their statements. What this means is that you'll have to use your truth bullets to refute what they say. Any relevant truth bullets you found during your investigation will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use the mouse to aim and then fire with the left button. Oh, that's awesome. Pay close attention to each character's statements and use your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Note that if you run out of time, you will automatically fail, so please be careful. If you press the escape key during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun.
Alright.
Awesome.
So this is...
So I just have to shoot the ones...
So the first thing you have to check, so it tells you what your truth bullets are that you get. You have evidence of a struggle. Okay, that's the only truth bullet you get, so it's an argument, so it's a kind of tutorial. Normally you'll get multiple and you have to pick which one's best. But you have to pick which yellow word of theirs, which they'll have yellow words, is the contradiction, and you shoot that one.
in
Okay.
the bathroom.
So this one's gonna be probably there's probably also only gonna be one thing you can shoot because
The
it's a
killer
tutorial.
must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
No,
Exactly.
that's wrong.
So you disagree with that statement? She
Just a
definitely had a
second,
chance to
Chihiro.
resist.
Try to remember how my room looked.
Okay, I think I get it.
With the way things had been damaged, I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle.
A struggle? Between who and who?
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
Fucking dumbass.
So you're saying
No, between
Sayaka
Byakuya and
wasn't caught by
Yasuhiro.
surprise in the
100%.
bathroom? She must
I
have
wish.
been attacked in the main room first. Then she ran to the bathroom to try and hide. The killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job.
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining.
Sorry.
Okay, so what's next?
Next is the subject of the murder weapon.
Wow, this is starting to sound like a real trial.
It really is.
What do you think?
Fucking Hifumi. We need to determine what was used to kill Sayaka. It's the knife, idiot. Alright, so I'm about to have to shoot something where someone says something that's not right.
So kitchen knife set.
So what was used to kill her?
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach. Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon.
So the killer used some random knife they had on him.
No, that's wrong.
Not some random knife.
Agreed.
So yeah, that's the non-stop debates portion
No.
of these trials.
Okay.
I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife.
Agreed.
Huh? A kitchen knife?
After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. You could sort of see the weapon sticking out of the stomach.
Sorta see?
Only a little
And
bit.
if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
Yeah, I knew that from the moment that I saw the body.
Yeah.
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us? I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
That's right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. What more proof do you need?
I have keys.
Hold on a second.
Let's draw our conclusions after we presented our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
Agreed.
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not going to change that conclusion.
I don't think
You
that's
sure?
true at all. I'm sure if we keep
Agreed.
at it, something new will reveal itself.
Something new is definitely going to.
You really believe that?
She's right. There's got to be a breakthrough somewhere just waiting for us to find. Because I know damn well I'm not the killer. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely.
These tutorials are important.
You can concentrate by holding down the space key. While you're concentrating, time will slow down so you can pay closer attention to what everyone's saying. On top of that, it'll steady your aim, making it easier to target potential weak spots. Concentrating like this consumes the focus gauge, and if the gauge empties, you can't concentrate. But the focus gauge will recover over time, so let your brain take a rest. No need to rush. Well then, good luck and have fun.
So that just is, if there's too much stuff and you want to look at it a little slower, then...
Alright, sounds good to me.
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon. But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right?
In my experience with this game,
When nobody was in the dining hall.
yeah, so it just slows it down a little
No,
bit.
that's wrong.
I don't know. In my experience, it's not really that useful to me.
Okay,
They
wait,
don't really go that.
hold on.
that
I don't
fast.
really.
Didn't
Yeah, I
take the
agree.
knife from the kitchen.
Next, you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you want.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Hina?
Huh?
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
Well, I went to go get some tea from the kitchen last night, and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back into the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone.
So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall?
Yeah.
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Dude, I'm shaking for some reason.
Yeah,
Oh no.
that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, he definitely wasn't there.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall, but I wasn't there the entire time. In other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife.
Okay, then what about this? What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together and lying to protect
I was
each
talking
other?
about this earlier. What if, like, two people work together?
Idiot swimmer girl? Oh, and more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
And you told me that was an interesting question. Motherfucker.
It what? I didn't want to say anything.
That's a fair point.
There's no way anyone would work together, right?
But what if they did work together and they just didn't know about the rule?
Good grief! Enough already. No, okay? There are no accomplices in this case.
Thanks, Monokuma.
Oops. Did I say that out loud?
I love him.
Anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't take the knife. So I'm not the killer.
Okay, so then, who did take the knife?
Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall.
No, no way! I swear it wasn't me!
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that?
Absolutely
Oh,
not.
come on, Hifumi.
Hifumi, you're the worst.
I can.
That's right.
Whoa, I did not mean to
ask, but just to be sure.
Sakura was with her the entire time she was drinking her tea, is all she said.
I did not mean to click that. I hate to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura is...
Me.
Right.
Okay, I'm a lot more calm now. I'm not sure why, like, I guess all the shaking stopped.
Then couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
Actually, no. Because, well...
Just spit it out already.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking, I just asked her to stay over. Which means we have airtight alibis. You stayed
fair.
over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations? We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms, but it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room.
Yeah.
So, I don't think that's a problem.
It is a problem! A boy and a girl spending the night together?
You fucking
It's
dumb.
unwholesome!
But I'm a girl.
You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry!
But if it wasn't either of you,
I had the exact
then
same
what other
reaction,
possibility
Taka.
is
It's
there?
okay.
Actually, there is one other possibility. Right, Hina?
Why didn't she say anything like this during the freaking... whenever we asked her?
Oh, yeah, that's true. One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Well, because they're not here anymore.
Junko! Someone's not here. Are you talking about...
Sayaka. She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later, she wound up dead.
Did she kill herself? She killed herself, didn't she? That makes it hurt so much more. Sayaka? Okay, so the person who took the knife from the kitchen was...
Well, just saying, like,
Sayaka
considering
took the knife?
like the broken wrists and all that stuff, I don't know how elaborate she would have had to do that.
Agreed. Maybe in the end she did kill herself. But before that, it was a struggle. Maybe so that that person couldn't get to her. She did it herself.
I mean, that's possible.
No, she used the knife during the struggle, at least. She needed self-defense.
Sure.
That's the only possibility. And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual. When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen. As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely...
And the person who took the knife was the victim herself.
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her, and she was killed with it? In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
Facts.
What?
See? He did do it after all.
That's not true.
No, you're wrong.
So,
fucking
that's how you would
pictures.
twist the argument and send us all off in the wrong direction?
Look at the faces just on the left. It's
The
just
most terrifying.
Fucking Hifumi. Damn, if I don't do something, they're gonna blame me for the murder. Don't they understand? They convict me, everyone's gonna die.
Hold on. It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say?
I like Kyoko.
Me too.
Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering. And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Your first Hangman's Gambit is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely. As things advance further in the class trial, the Hangman's Gambit will eventually take place. The point of this is to reveal an important phrase related to the incident in question. You'll have to deduce the phrase from letters flying around and the letters already known. Complete the phrase by shooting down the flying letters in the right order. Use the mouse to aim and the left mouse button to shoot the desired letters. If you shoot down the wrong letters, you'll suffer damage to your influence gauge. If this gauge reaches 0, or if you run out of time, you fail. Well then, good luck and have fun.
So everyone hates Hangman's Gambit.
Something it should have been at the scene, but wasn't. This must be a crucial point. We can just figure out what something is. Hangman's Gambit.
Alright. You gotta pick the next letter in that, whatever that's supposed to be.
Is it an A?
We'll look at, maybe, I don't know. What could it be? What could be after an H?
H-A-I.
What was missing from the scene that should have been there?
Here. Now I understand what's going on.
Okay.
That's right. There wasn't a single hair on the floor.
So, the culprit removed some evidence?
Yes. And if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
Yeah.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there.
But she was there. She died there.
That
Excuse
makes
me.
sense, does it not?
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just
Exactly.
the hair.
Agreed.
Think about it.
Yes, very true, very true.
Hifumi, shut the fuck up.
Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Makes sense.
Wait, then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Then
There's obviously the
Makoto
possibility that
is the
Makoto
culprit?
could have gotten rid of the hair just because of that, but still.
Yeah.
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
I would like to hear these reasons.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene?
The numbers.
Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
Oh, she's getting at the trick to open the door.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
Yeah, they had to take off the lock thinking that that was the issue.
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
Is this Hangman's Gambit?
Now you've got to pick an item to present.
The lock. Right?
Is that the object the killer broke?
No, bathroom doorknob.
It would be the doorknob because in this case it's about, because like the door frame literally is about it being stuck. The doorknob is about it being broken. And in this case, we want to care about being broken, so.
I got it! Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
Fucking high
Only
ass piece
Kyoko
of
and
shit.
Makoto know about this.
Yeah.
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
So what?
That
You're
is
saying he
fair.
wouldn't break the door in his own room?
Yeah, she is saying that.
But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
But there's no lock on it. And the trick.
You still don't see? Okay then. Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
Hopefully. Kyoko said it was a bewildering act. Almost didn't notice it at first, but is that the key point here? There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like? Absolutely. From here on out, the number of weak spots will start going up. But no matter how many weak spots, there's essentially only one lie or contradiction in that debate. What I'm trying to say is not all weak spots you see are necessarily false. Use a truth bullet on the wrong one and not only will you fail to refute what they said, but you'll also lower your trust with everyone and your influence gauge will take damage. Now this is important because if your influence gauge reaches 0, you fail. You'll have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or contradictions. Well then, good luck and have fun. I was already doing that.
Yeah. So now there are more than one bit of yellow text throughout the argument, so you've got to figure out which one's right.
Bathroom door frame.
The incident took place in Makoto's room. Sayaka was first attacked in the main room. She then fled into the bathroom.
Then the killer ran after her. And they got into the bathroom.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door. Because Sayaka had locked it.
There you go.
No, that's wrong.
Getting the hang of it?
Hell yeah.
Trials are fun.
Hell yeah, they
The
are.
reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked. After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with walking bathrooms, right?
Yes, now that you mention it, that is true.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yup, true as true can be.
Monica was just sitting over here just
I
watching
love
the whole
his
thing.
theme.
Like, this is fun.
I love his theme so much.
Oh, me too.
But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right?
You've already made this joke, motherfucker.
Cruddy door. That's not lucky at all.
Yeah, but he only made it to you. He wants everyone else to laugh.
Just because it was
Jesus
stuck.
Christ.
But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place?
Nameplates.
Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
You are very on it.
Killer was convinced the bathroom door was locked, so they didn't know that the door actually couldn't be locked. In other words, the important detail about the scene of the crime is that they didn't know that the crime took place in my room.
I got it! The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable.
It would be if the nameplates hadn't been switched.
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Say what?
Fucking Hifumi. Him having a seizure on the left.
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through.
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
Ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. But the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door opened.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
Definitely something
Poetry.
I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening.
Metaphorical
right?
stuff.
That is a definite possibility.
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched
I like how
rooms?
this whole part of it, stuff you've already figured out.
Oh yeah, I know, I'm just sitting here like, I know all this bullshit.
Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
No shit, Sherlock. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Okay, then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up. Quit without saving.
Jesus fucking Christ.
But what happens if we
God.
can't decide on who we think did it?
And we all die.
Well then, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules.
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something.
Someone needs to do something.
For serious.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Okay, Hina?
Oh, you...
You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
Oof.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh yeah. Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
It's a good question.
Very good question, Hina.
Agreed. How the fuck did they?
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. It seems way too convenient.
Agreed.
Then, maybe someone picked the lock?
I don't think that's very likely.
Negative! If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Oh wait, yeah, he did. Small detail I forgot about.
Fine.
Yep.
How about this? The killer got in the easy way.
How so?
They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Miss Maizono just let him in.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place.
Fuck you, Hifumi.
Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
Because she asked me to do something in particular because of how frightened she was. That's the answer right there. There's no way Sai could let someone in because... Not the evidence of a struggle. Switching rooms. Switch with her when someone attempted their way into her room and she became... Exactly.
I got it!
There you go.
Because Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
Hell yeah, that's why. The same goes for you, Sayaka. Well, fuck, dude. The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching? Exactly.
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
Agreed.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Huh?
That's an interesting take. Elaborate.
Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
My thoughts exactly.
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
Well, then what would have been the point in the first place? There's something I want to talk to you about, just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay? What the fuck?
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil. And these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows.
Jesus fucking Christ, you're so fucking dense.
That's great. I love
it
you.
can leave an imprint.
Oh yeah, I love her, but she's
Sketch over
dense.
the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words.
You don't say.
When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Huh?
Which means, only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
Absolutely not.
No, I didn't. But
of course you didn't, because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
Facts. Then, that note. Sayaka wrote it?
But why? Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
But why would the notepad wind up back in her room?
Yeah, but that was in Makoto's room.
Oh, interesting.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
There's a reason you didn't get one of those, Hifumi.
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
Oh, how fucking awesome of you. I'm gonna pretend like that wasn't the most fucking nerdy ass thing I've ever heard.
Oh god.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Celeste got it.
Huh? What makes you... Would you
What
like
makes
to
you
hear
say
what I
that?
have
Sorry,
to say?
I misclicked.
Very well then. Pay attention.
I'm gonna fucking shoot the shit out of this thing. Dorm nameplates.
Still only one bullet.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in.
That's right.
Is that the one I'm supposed to
So
click?
in other words,
Fuck.
even if someone did read the note and did what it said, they would not have any connection to what happened.
It certainly would seem that way.
Killer went to my room instead of Sayaka's, and the reason for that is has to be because of what got switched between me and Sayaka's room.
So you've got to shoot it at the statement
Sayaka
that
and
is
Makoto
false.
switched rooms, correct?
That one is correct.
But in the note,
I know.
the place they were asked to come
What do you
to.
think about this?
It specifically says, my room.
Could it be that?
I see.
That is correct, though.
So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in. So in other words, even if someone did read the note and did what it
Yeah, I
said,
did miss. Fuck.
they would not
But yeah,
have
the room
any
that Makoto is
connection
staying
to
in,
what
that
happened.
is false.
Agreed.
It certainly would seem that way.
I was trying to click it, idiot.
I think there's a way to speed it up. I don't remember how to do it.
Switched rooms, correct?
Maybe it's in the later games.
But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it
Is it like
specifically
tab or
says,
something? I don't know.
my room.
And from now on, don't tell me which one's right. I'm gonna ask you.
I
They
know.
would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Facts.
I'm pretty sure you had that figured out. I was just...
The room that Makoto was staying in.
No, that's wrong.
Reminds me of objection. Sorry.
No, that's wrong as the
nameplates on
objection
Mai and
equivalent to this
Sayaka's
game.
rooms
Yeah.
got switched.
They got switched?
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves. As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name. And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
Yep.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem.
Yeah.
And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
Facts.
Right?
Okay, then who did it?
Sayaka did.
I got it! Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms. So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
Fuck, dude.
Danganronpa.